if a film is being made and the director has a surname Akhtar, is it a given that Shankar and Loy are going to be a part of that project?
You know, people have family carpenters, family doctors. We are the Akhtar family musicians.
Ahsan, so Zoya and you three have got a brilliant relationship, and just for the record, Zoya's first film was Luck by Chance, but for those of the influencers who know, there's something called IMDb. Even on Dil Chahta Hai, these two ladies were a part, and they were there in the direction team. How have you seen...
Hello. She directed Breathless for me.
I was talking about the film.
Oh, yeah.
Film, हाँ सर film ना हाँ कोई जो मिला तो मुझे ऐसा लगता था I know that, लेकिन film वाली दुनिया से जो evolution आपने इन दोनों का देखा है, I mean they're taking challenge after challenge. Gully Boy, the Indian hip hop scene, and now the ARCHIES is going back to the 60s. How do you see both of them from 2000 or 2001, whenever that was?
I think they're very, very ahead of their time. You know, the thing is, they're very aware of everything that's going on, very aware of cinema, very aware of music. They're great people to work with. They're great friends, and we all share the same sense of humor, which is really important. And we love to... Zoya's got us addicted to eating chicky in the afternoon, which is another thing that we've gained a lot from them. But yeah, no, we've just had a lot of fun. We love you, Zoya. We love you, Rima. Really, we've had so much fun with you guys.
Okay, hands down, two of the most strong-headed, strong-minded ladies that I have met. I was just upstairs in one of the green rooms speaking to them, and sometimes their smile tells you the entire story of what they really want you to do and don't want you to do. What did they want from the music of the film when they spoke about the ARCHIES? Loy.
Well, I remember meeting Zoya. She comes up to me at this party and she says, you know, there's a project that's happening and you guys are the right guys for it. It's a kind of 60s based thing. And so here we are doing ARCHIES and we had such a blast. And her focus is very, very, very spot on. Yeah. When she briefs you, you're there, you know?
You know, अभी जब अंकुर यहाँ पे आए थे शंकर सर, so मैंने अंकुर से पूछा था 60s, they're all Anglo kids in the film. साथ में Vicky says that it's a romantic teen musical comedy film. वो reference point क्या होता है? जब आप 60s का music create कर रहे होते हैं, and all the songs they're so different to what the current scene is.
मैं मेरे बाजू में जो दो जवान खड़े हैं इनके बारे में बात करूंगा. इनके लिए 60s का म्यूजिक जो है ना, जो कहावत है ना बाएं हाथ का खेल है. It comes very naturally to them. He just starts playing and a riff comes out. He just starts playing the piano and the part is done. And she's so easy to work with. And she's very focused. She knows what she wants. And so the whole process is total joy. And I'd just like to add that if there's anybody who can create ARCHIES in this country, it is only Zoya Akhtar and nobody else. That's it.
There's this word that we keep using, oh, it's different, oh, it's different. Yes, the soundtrack of the ARCHIES is different, but how difficult is it to be different?
Well, like he said, it really came to us naturally because we've heard this music, we've played this music, we've played in bands that have played this music, we've interacted with Anglo-Indians, we have a lot of Anglo-Indian friends who are musicians. So you have an understanding of the sound, the understanding, like for me, the way the guitar should sound, the kind of riffs. Like literally, that's the way we compose. I picked up the guitar and started playing and he started composing on top of it. And Shankar added in something else. Next thing, you've got a song. And I must tell you a story about the last song, which is the finale song. Loy took a mic in front of him. He played the piano. We hit record, and he composed the entire song in one stretch. There was no breaks, nothing. He just sang the whole song from the beginning to the end, and that was it. So it was very organic in that way.
There's a formula before we started this thing. In order to do 60s music, we got into the studio and we all used hair dye. That's the first thing that we did. I put on a wig and he put on these beads and we were kind of...
So let's set up this scene. I know we've got the director here, but the scene is very simple because I've heard this story so many times. I've heard different versions of it. Here are the three composers along with Ankur Tiwari. There's also this
I'd like to also say something. I'd like to talk about Javed Akhtar साहब.
अरे उन्हीं पे आ रहा था सर,
हाँ.
वही सीन सेटअप कर रहा हूँ. जावेद साहब को गाने लिखने हैं, शंकर एहसान लॉय अपने म्यूजिक रूम में बैठे हुए हैं, जोया एंड रीमा की ये फिल्म है जिसका नाम है दी आर्चीज. वो डायलॉग क्या होता है? What is the conversation like when you're
I'll tell you
making?
the first conversation that we had with Javed साहब is, इस फिल्म का अगर मुझे गाने लिखने हैं, तो I'll have to forget about 80% of my vocabulary.
Yeah.
Because, you know, acha, these kids, they're just unbelievable. Let's have an applause for the cast of, you're just, I mean, we watched the film several times. I'm sure that you all are going to enjoy it. So that's what he said. The language has to be so simple because that's what the Anglo-Indian, you know, people they used to speak with bare minimum Hindi, but at the same time to convey what you want to convey. So that was Javedji's reaction, and he's done such a phenomenal job.
Zoya, how many songs in the album in totality? 16.
Yeah.
16 pieces of music. Okay,
Some are
so
tiny bits, yeah.
usually इनके साथ जब भी बात हुई है, जब एल्बम बड़ी होती है, डिस्कशंस लंबी होती हैं. Invariably आपकी प्रोसेस में एक डिस्कशन में somebody or the other storms out of the studio. इस बार किसकी बारी थी?
Did he storm out of the studio? No, no. This side was like,
No, not for
very,
this
Not,
side.
not on this project, for
very
sure.
happy. Very
During
happy.
Zindagi Na Milegi Dobaran Dil Dhadakne Do, I left Shankar Ehsan Loy. And Zoya said, do me a favor, leave SEL after my movie is
After
over.
my movie is